Welcome back to Spirit of the Outdoors. I'm out here in my flip-flops. I went and bought a roll of wire today. I got 20 foot of I think it's 30 inches. I wanted some coated. They did not have coated. So when somebody asked, oh, you should have got coated, they didn't have it. And I could have ordered some from somewhere, but it was expensive. So what we're gonna do is we're making fish baskets. Now I'm not one of those people that has a set of plans. Brody, please move. I just do things, okay? I am gonna get a tape measure though, so that as I make some more of these, I do know what I am making them the same. But I'm making a couple different things here today, so hang with me. All right. I don't really know precisely just how big around I want this, so I'm gonna kind of guess, and that's fixing to unroll all the way out, which is fine, I guess. That's somewhere around 15 inches. So let's see. Yeah. So if I do 36, I'm just doing some figuring in my head right now. 36 is probably plenty. I think I'm gonna do 36. 36 it is, folks. At least for this one. So I've got 10 snips. I'm gonna cut this with them. All right. So, for the next order of business, I've got these nifty little crimping deals that goes on this. So what this is these little crimping clamps. I done went ahead and put one on there just because it was easier for the video, so I went ahead. And they a little tricky. But you just crimp them. Used to, I would bend this wire around in there, but this is way better, y'all. And it seems like every year when I get ready to start trapping minnows and bait and stuff, I have to make a new one of these. Now I've got a throw net. I like my throw net. But now, as far as getting bait, we're going to Tom Bigby this weekend. That's what we rigging up everything here. Camper's just about ready to go. So I've been trying to fix some lights. I hope she ain't through yet. I've been trying to rig some lights up in the boat, and I ordered some DC lights, little LED strips. I taped them in there, got one side all wired up, turned them on, they wouldn't come on. Well, I've got an inverter in there to run my pump for my aerator I got a cooler I turned into a bait tank. It's small, really probably too small. I'm probably gonna wind up redoing something else before it's over with. But I hooked them into there and they come on, very dims. I don't know what the deal is. I ordered them from Amazon, and with Amazon, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. That was one of them deals where I lost on. But it don't really matter. I've spent hours throwing throw nets off the front of a boat to get bait and not had a lot of good luck. And I have learned over there that lock and dam, if I go right below it, you can throw out in there with a cast net and you get a few baits here, there, and yonder. But right against that wall, you can drop a basket down and pull it up and load up with bait. So what I'm gonna make out of part of this wire is we're gonna make a rectangle bucket. I'm gonna make it probably, well, we'll probably make it however wide this is. I think this is 30 inches. Let me measure it just to be sure. I bought this at the local co-op. Yeah, we're at 30 inches. And y'all, my old tape, you can't read it. But anyway, that's 30 inches. I'll probably make it 30 inches wide, and I'll take 2 pieces and I'll go down and I'll bend it flat and I'll bend it back up, and I'm gonna make it about 8 inches wide. And then I'll put my 2 ends in it, and then I'm gonna, and I may reinforce this with like some dog wire or something inside it to stiffen it up. I'm gonna put a rope on either side where I can drop that down there and pull it up straight up that wall, and I promise you it'll load up baits like you wouldn't believe. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm not gonna talk too god awful much. I'm gonna just crimp some of these. I'm not putting a certain number of them in here, and I'm gonna do this all the way down this side. Okay, now I have cut a piece 2 foot. We got 3 foot cut here. I've got 2 foot cut here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this up on one end. Because I don't know precisely where it needs to be cut, and I'm gonna make my funnel crimping this up into a corner and give you an idea of what it's gonna look like. And then I'm gonna mash it round like this, and this will be up, and then I can cut this in two here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, because I don't know my precise measurements, I'm gonna go ahead and crimp this together right here. Now in these funnels, you wanna make sure you put enough, if they ain't no crack, get in there to where your bait fish can get back out. If I could find me a good pond full of sun perch, that is what I would be after. I may can get down here in a ditch and find some mudcat, but everything is, it's a little late in the year for such as that. But I'll use these for catching crawfish and everything else. I'm gonna spray paint these to help preserve them. Now I'm gonna put one last about right here. Okay, right here, let me move that pink chair out of the way. Y'all like my chair? This worked out about perfect, okay? I could have got away with like an inch or two shorter, but when you're trying to get everything at feet, I'm gonna bend this back over the sides all the way around. So I wanna cut it at least one run high. And I don't know if y'all can tell or not, the bottom of this, I've got about a 1/2 inch. These blocks are 1/2 inch blocks. So with this pressed in there and it's straight, I can see about where I want to cut this. So I'm just gonna start cutting around this. And this will be enough on the other end that I can make another one. All right, we got this whacked all off now. And Brody, hold up, son. Come over here and show me what you got, bud.
Look.
Yeah, what does it do?
It lights up and you put it in the tent and you're not gonna be scared.
So we gotta find batteries.
Yeah, you put batteries in it and it lights
y'all
up.
see, he could come up with a frog. All right, here,
That's
take it, go put it in the tent.
That's a turtle.
Turtle, go put it in the tent. Looks like a frog to me. All right, y'all, right here, we're gonna cut this hole. You don't want to make too big of a hole now. I may enlarge it. I'm gonna start small. Cause you can always cut some more out. It's hard to add to it. But you need to do that. Yeah, that's about what I want. You can see according to my finger. Try to round it out some. I'm just gonna start working this around, okay? In the places that I can, and then I'm gonna come back and wire it together some kind of way. I don't know if these crimp things are gonna work on this because the wires are not straight. I can make it happen, we'll see. So what I've done, I don't know if these will permanently hold this, but while I'm working it, I need something to hold. So I got these little green zip ties. I can pull one down there. And they may be what I need for permanent. If I had some a little bit heavier duty, I wouldn't hesitate to use them permanent. It would be ideal, but these are a little bit weak. We'll see. But this may not have a lot of pressure on it. Brody's steadily running around hollering, Dad. He used to call me Daddy. Now he's, I don't know, some TV show somewhere is what converted him over to Dad. Dad. We had a lady that came and brought us a mattress somebody was giving away. We put in the camper. So she come brought it to the house for us, and she brings Brody toys. So that's where he got all this stuff. He's got a checkerboard that he's wanting to play with now. It's a miniature checkerboard. Y'all, these zip ties right here seem like they're gonna be money. I would suggest using the zip ties. And they have to be green. They don't have to be green. All right, y'all, we got all the zip ties on there. We got one whole end done. I'll probably go ahead and do the same thing on the other end. In the past, all the other ones I have made, I put a flat door on the other end and they never work really good. So let me lay all these to the side. So what I'm gonna do is the same thing on the other end. So let me fold this up and see, this is my piece of wire cut. It'll make both phones with a little extra, and I hope that whatever I have left, I can then make my door. I'm gonna put my door on the side and we'll hinge it with some zip ties. Let me get this made. Same thing all over again. I'm gonna do that and then I'll pick you back up. Done getting dark on us out here. We get all these cut off, but I got this end wired on here. We'll make that other basket tomorrow. Brody's after me now to build him a fire over here. He's got his tent put up. Y'all, I really hadn't put a lot of thought into these zip ties, but these are gonna hold. I put enough of them that it's not gonna be a problem. And the thing is you don't never have to worry about them rotting. I have laced that up with wire before, and it is a awful do. I mean, worst case scenario, if I need to get into it and can't for some other way, I can get into it with a pocket knife. So right here, I'm gonna take my scrap piece of wire and I'm gonna cut me a square. About the size of my hand. Just pick me a spot here. I did not measure. I'll measure it when I get through. I'm eyeballing it. All right, move that before I get my toes in it. All right, so, and then what I'll do is I'll cut my hole a little smaller than my piece. So I'm winding up right here with So what I wound up with is a 7-inch opening, and it's 7 by 6.5. So we'll want to make our opening in here a little smaller than that. I want to make it 1 inch smaller. So use that to get my measurements. That way I don't cut too far. And you don't need a real large hole. You just want it big enough to get your bait back out of it. And y'all can't even see what I'm doing down here, can you? Anyway, I laid this up here. Let me go back over this. So I stuck this up there and I laid down and I come in 2 blocks on either side all the way around and got my pattern. So now I know where I'm cutting. All right, we got a hole. And we're gonna go again with the zip ties. So what I'm doing right here is looping them around. I realize I'm in y'all's light. So I'm just gonna go over this run with a 3 or 4, and I'm pulling them tight, and that'll just like that, allowing that door to work. And you don't need many in here, but I just want enough that if something was to happen, one come loose. Now, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna latch that down with. Most of the time, I just use some tie wire or something. I did see Bob Hansler did some of his that he did with a bungee strap, but now he made those pillow style traps, and I thought about building one, especially for crawfish. Laying on the bottom, it's got 4 inlets. But y'all, that right there, and that works, because see, once you put something over here to hold that together, and I could put a zip tie on that and cut it loose when I got ready and put a new one every time, that would not be a problem. So let me cut all of these off. And I apologize, y'all, for it getting dark on me out here. I'm desperately trying to do too much, and I need to get these out. I really needed one out today to get bait. All right, well, anyway, y'all, 3 foot made my round, 2 foot made both funnels, and had enough left for a door. All I have got to do is right here is put something on there to latch it. I'll tie a rope somewhere to one of these ends right here, possibly. I don't know. I may tie it right here where I've got some of these crimps and actually run it around this crimp where I can pick it up in the middle. But with an inlet on each end, y'all, this thing will be a jam up bait basket.
Here we go.
Number 72 tarred bank line, y'all. And that big Brody over there having him a good time making all that racket.
Fire on catch.
All right. I'm gonna just run me off, I don't know, 10, 15 foot, something like that.
No. Mama's made it just got tight.
I want plenty. I can always add some more to it though.
It's good. Quick marshmallow.
So thank y'all for watching Spirit of the Outdoors. I'll do another whole video on making my dipper basket. You'll see me using it when we go to Tom Bigby. I'll get a video of how it works. It's just an idea I had in my head. I've not seen nobody do this, but I think it is the way to get bait. So thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next time. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all. Y'all have a good one.